Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Pocket Cast, Podchaser, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 56 coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, or YouTube itself. What up, world? So, I just watched Godzilla vs. Kong. It is the new sci-fi creature battle to the death. I don't know. It's the fourth movie in the MonsterVerse. 2014 Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong. And it stars Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby Brown, Brian Tyree Henry, Rebecca Hall, Julian Dennison, Isa Gonzalez, Damian Bicar, Kyle Chandler, Lance Reddick, and some other actors. It's a big cast. I'm gonna forget some. It's directed by Adam Wingard, who directed You're Next. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not positive, but I think he directed The Guest. This is available in the theater if you want to go see it. It's also available on HBO Max if you want to watch it at home. At the end of King of the Monsters, man, like, you had Godzilla fighting Ghidorah. Well, like, Kong was ground level, saving a little kid from building rubble, and he was just looking up, like, watching all the carnage. That's the wrong movie. That's Batman v Superman. I seriously don't know how to explain this plot, because it's more like you got human characters, and then you got Godzilla and Kong, and then eventually they fight. Human characters are doing what human characters in these type of movies do. I was excited for this. I feel like I liked every movie in this franchise more than most people. Like, people complain about the 2014 Godzilla. I feel like it's a modern day Jaws. There's not enough Godzilla. Bro, like Jaws didn't pop up until like halfway through, 2/3 through the movie. That's what Godzilla does. That's what Gareth Evans did and Gareth Edwards did in that Godzilla movie. Kong Skull Island is as equally as good, completely different tone. Like it feels like a war movie. It feels like a battle movie. And Kong is in it from go. King of the Monsters is, they crammed a lot into a 2-hour movie, and maybe that was people's problem, but I thought it was fun. And this one feels like you have your three, and this one is over here. Godzilla vs. Kong is over here because tonally, I feel like all three of these had, like, they were going a certain direction. And it's like, this was the build-up, but this feels nothing like these three. Like, Kong Skull Island doesn't feel like either Godzilla movie, but you know it's a part of that world. This just, like, I don't know, like, it starts off with some really hyper characters, and it took me out of it immediately. There are like 2 or 3 cool humans. Every other human in this movie is a shithead. I didn't like the human characters in this movie at all. The fights were great. The visuals are great. But there's not enough of them. There's a huge fight at the end, because that's why you buy your ticket. But before that, there's not enough build up to the ultimate showdown. There's throwaway dialogue. Kong bows to no one. If we do this with Kong, Godzilla will come. So like, but like that did nothing to build my anticipation. And there are story elements that I feel like they were trying, like some Pacific Rim, maybe even Pacific Rim Uprising stuff, which is worse. And that's what ultimately, like, it was always rumored, and Legendary owns or finances both franchises, whatever. Ultimately, I thought this was going to end up setting up Pacific Rim 3, and I would have thrown up, physically vomited, but it didn't, because Pacific Rim Uprising was ass cheeks. But yeah, like if you can't tell, I was disappointed in this movie, and maybe it's because I don't know the lore. I don't know anything before 2014's Godzilla. Obviously, I've seen the 98 Godzilla, the '05 King Kong, but those don't count. But, and also, it's like, hey, idiot Americans, like, do your research, know your history on these characters, because we're doing a shared universe, but none of our movies are going to reference the history. And that's what I caught. Like, DC movies, what Zack Snyder's doing, I could pick up the Easter eggs. Like Godzilla versus Kong, Easter eggs fell, hit the ground, yolk all over the place. And that too, like, this just feels like Warner Brothers made a movie in 2014, and after that was like, oh, we can expand, we can make more money. The DC Extended Universe, if that's what we're calling it, the Monsterverse, are both Warner Brothers making a movie, and then 3 years later trying to milk that cash cow and build this world, and they blow their load too early with the payoff movie. There was a post-credit scene from Godzilla King of the Monsters that I think might be referenced in this, but also might not be. And there is no, and this movie has no mid, no post-credit scenes, because Warner Brothers has no idea where to go with this franchise after this. They did this, and they made this 4-movie franchise to have no idea where to take it after this. I'm sorry to always reference Marvel, but after the Avengers, they had a plan. Warner Brothers just wants money, man. They don't have the creative minds behind all of these. This whole franchise has 4 different directors. Every movie is its own thing, and that, like, they sprinkle in these references so the casual movie fans, oh, that's got Kong, Godzilla, oh, I know this. But there's no linear story pushing the narrative into, bigger and better and cooler movies. I know this is a movie review, but I'm end up talking about this whole universe, because I just, everybody shit on the best movie in the franchise, just like Man of Steel. 2014 Godzilla is, like I said, like this generation's Jaws, man. It's great. And then I don't understand giving Kong a 1970 set prequel. Godzilla gets 2 movies, and then you get your big battle movie, and the ultimate cool, like the ultimate mind-blowing opportunity to set this movie up at the end of King of the Monsters, they blow it. I don't know. I want to give it another chance because I didn't hate it. I'm just frustrated that I was so disappointed. It like I said, it went so out of left field for where I thought they might be going. Like, I didn't build up, this is what I think the movie's about, but it just, like, compared to where, like, the other 3 movies, like, took their plots, this was just so much different. So, with all that being said, man, in my opinion, Godzilla vs. Kong is solid. I was leaning toward a 2.5, but I'll give it a 3 because there is some cool stuff. Have you seen Godzilla vs. Kong, man? What you think about it? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I've recently reviewed Nobody, Cherry, Chaos Walking, Coming to America, Raya and the Last Dragon, the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Check all of that out. This upcoming podcast is going to be, some news, trailer reactions, and we're gonna talk MonsterVerse. And upcoming, I might review Concrete Cowboy on Netflix, and then I don't know if I'll review anything else before Mortal Kombat. We'll see. I think there's something else in April, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.